What up, YouTube? This is Banjo-Kazooie Fan 3 here. Um, so I want to discuss Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit because I can. And so my friend and I right now are discussing the ban list for next format, even though it probably won't happen until like March or whatever. Actually, I don't even know when the ban list comes out. I think it's March and September. That's when it usually comes out, right? Something like that. Whatever. Point is, he's like mind control going to 1, and I am arguing that because I'm like, no, he said mind control is going to be completely banned, and I'm like, no, it should stay at 1 because 1's good. And he's like, give me a good reason why it should stay at 1, and I'm like, you book the other monster, you get it back, and like it's like, yeah, 'cause if you want to exceed, you book the other monster, or if you want to synchro, you book the tuner, and you're good. You can't tribute it, can't attack with it. I mean, yeah, it can be a really good card in top deck, like obviously top deck. But if that's the only card in your hand and only monster that you can get at all, with mind control, then mind control isn't as useful anymore. I mean, you can still use the guy's effect, like if he's like Brio or Dad or something. But that's your fault for like letting Dad. I mean, you could have got a Dark Hole, and that would have still screwed people up. I mean, like, it's funny just getting a BLS because you can't attack with it, so you have to use his other effect, and then all of a sudden you remove itself from play, like troll. There's that, and there's like shooting star, which is like OP. How do I get around it and stuff, and then the other person mind controls, so that's a really good card. I mean, like, I'm not saying mind control is a bad card. I'm saying 1 is a good limit. He's saying completely ban it, and I'm saying it gives whoever has it an advantage over probably another OP card or some kind of broken crap. Yeah, so he's saying Dandy is gonna get banned, but he says that every single ban list, and he doesn't realize that he's saying it because he's always like, "Oh, I predicted correctly, exactly correctly, or pretty close." I can't remember exactly what he said. He said one of those two, and I'm like, no, you got a few of them wrong. So I'm gonna make him like write down a list, post it on Facebook. I'll take a picture of it, and then I'll actually compare with the next format ban list, just to make sure that he realizes that he's not completely right. He also said Monster Reborn getting banned. I'm like, no, you're not getting rid of Monster Reborn. Why? It's not because it's an OP. I mean, you can get any monster from the graveyard. Okay, that's kind of, really good. But it's one of the only old cards that isn't like either completely bad or banned. Like, I remember like my friend said it was ban point and they unbanned it. So I still like Monster Reborn. It's like a $3-4 card or whatever, and it's so like good. Like you top deck it and you're like, yes, Monster Reborn. I feel so good. I can use this card whenever. It's like drawing a wild card in Uno. That's how good it is. So I don't care what he says about Monster Reborn. It's staying at 1. Sengen, he has a personal vendetta against Sengen, but I think it's a really funny card because he's only like 1,000 attack, but yet he causes so much mind games in this format. It's just funny. Like you put it on the field as your only monster first turn. Like, okay, they went their turn. Then now it's your turn. Now you just attack directly. What are they gonna do? Sakuretsu Armor, which is a really old card, but well, not old card, but like a card. If they do that, you get your search. Are they gonna DP it? I mean, like, it's only 1,000 attack. Are you really gonna DP 1,000 attack monster? Mirror Force. That's even stupider than Sakuretsu Armor. And there's like there's just other stuff that, like, should I solemn it? Because it's 1,000 attack monster. It really scares the fuck out of me because they can get a search for anything. Like, they can get their Maxi, they can get their Effect Veiler, they can get their Battle Fader, DD Crow. Oh my, you have no idea how much mind gaming that card causes on its own at 1. It's limited to 1. It's just so funny. I think I'll stay at one personally because once again it's an old card and it's not too OP. I mean they have to have like Effect Veiler or Maxi in their deck. I mean that's the broken card, not Sengen. Only thing that I don't like about Sengen is that it's a tour guide search, but seeing how they made the new ruling on the exceeds where it's not on the field once it like exceeds or whatever it becomes exceed material, I think that'll be safe. Tour guide. I hope you get limited or banned because I heard a rumor that there's going to be a tour bus of the underworld or something like that. Like I don't know. Like my friend showed me a link and it looked legit. And tour bus of the underworld is gay as fuck. Like if you read the effect or know about it, it like pretty much it's like tour guide, but gayer because it gets another bus into your hand. So I hope they never make bus either that or it gets banned. If they don't ban it like the first time they like let it out, it's because they want to juice out the money out of it first, and then they're gonna ban it. And if they don't ban it at all, I will quit the game. It's that simple. Like you can't get any gayer than that. Yeah, tour guide just pisses me off. Like, okay, having one in your deck, I guess, isn't as bad, but it's still really annoying. So I'd rather not have tour guide at all. Bus is stupid. And then my friend also said Dandy is gonna get banned, and I'm saying no because he gets if Dandy gets 2 tokens that can be attributed like the next turn or something like that. Like can't be attributed until the end phase or whatever or something like that. But I don't think that that's way too bad. It's just like a scapegoat, but in one monster. Like the only problem about Dandy is that it says if it's sent to the graveyard. It doesn't say from field to graveyard. It just says to graveyard, so you can mill it and still get those 2 tokens. But then again, that milling just takes chance. I don't really know a card other than Foolish Burial that sends a monster that's like Dandy straight to the graveyard. I mean, for levels there are, but I don't know if there's one for someone like Dandy. Lone Fire Blossom or whatever that puts it on the field. It doesn't send to the graveyard. And I don't know, like Dandy's fine for me. Like my friend's just like spazzing out over it. And I'm like, no, it's good. BLS. I know they unbanned it, and that's probably because they reprinted it and stuff, and it might get rebanned next format. But surprisingly, this format it isn't like it's not as bad as you think it would be. Like it's kind of just like a dad. They get Dark Harp Dragon out. It's just as bad as getting a BLS out. I mean, they didn't ban dad. They limited to 1, so that's pretty good. And BLS, I guess, is the same thing. Effect Veiler, DD Crow, and Maxi. Okay, those 3, I have no idea what's gonna happen to them. If I had to guess, I'd say they won't touch them at all. That's just my theory. But what I would like is that Effect Veiler goes to probably like 2. I mean, 3 is an overkill, bro. But like, okay, I say they go to 2. DD Crow, I guess he's fine. Maybe put him at 2. Maxi, put him at 1. No, Maxi is good at 1. Just stop him at 1. I really like that, but I really doubt they're gonna touch Maxi at all, seeing how he's like 50. Hyper Librarian. I don't think they're gonna touch him. Nope, he's gonna stay at 1. It's not like, oh, he can get out like I don't know, some stupid thing. I don't know, like beforehand he was at 3, and there was a Psychic OTK with him. That was only because you can have like 2 on the field at once and double draw, and that'd be OP. But this one's just like, oh, you draw 1, so and you have to synchro every time, so it's not too bad. I mean, the maximum I've ever seen in a game was like 50 draws, but that wasn't the format when it was 3. And then in the new format, the one with the one hyper librarian that only uh the only time I've seen like someone draw like 5 cards was this one plant guy who's a good friend of mine, but I hate that he's running plants because it's annoying. Anyway, anything else that's going down? Okay, I'm gonna talk about archetypes now. Dark World. No, stop it. You're reprinting Dark. I mean, like, I remember Kami from Yu-Gi-Oh! Partnership. I respect the guy. He's chill. He ran Gen X, which I really respect. But when he said, "Don't worry about Dark World," I was like, "What the hell are you saying?" Dark World's pissed me off because um, it's not even Grapha that pisses me off. It's the field spell. That card annoys the hell out of me because they get so much advantage and then just bleh, and then put it with tour guide and ew, just nasty. I'm saying like either do something about snow or the field spell because snow is the reason why I hate the field spell half the time. Half the time it's just for the regular effect of the field spell. Um, what other archetype annoys me? Frog monarchs, they annoy me, but they're not like way too bad. Only problem is that I hate the fact that every time I try to attack with something, the frog comes back and it like gets sacked and whatever. I mean, you can not royal decree that. What I'm saying, a mask of restrict that, and they have to like pray for an MST or a heavy storm, and you're good there, but still, like I only know like one kid who runs it, which is he's a really really close friend of mine. He's like in a little partnership with me, but I can't beat him. I beat him like once out of 100 games, and I don't know. I made ice barriers because they're fun, and I can get 2 cards and one card in my back row to stop him from actually doing anything to me. So yeah, there's monarchs are fine. Frog monarchs are fine, I guess. There's nothing really bad about them. This is annoying me. Gladiator beasts, I hate them. I don't know any other way to phrase it. I hate them. Uh, I mean, my strategy against them is don't let them have a monster on the field at all, because if they attack me, I'm fucked. But like, still, like, if they get out that one guy with 1800 attack, and then if they special summon him, he gets 21. So that's a huge beater. And there's Bestie or whatever, and other stuff. And then the thing that I hate the most is the contact fusion. Like the fact that they tag each other out when they contact fuse. That's what I hate. Like just like tagging out. Oh, that's a cool effect. Contact fuse. They put it back into their deck. The fusion guy rapes you, and then it switches back out. So that just pissed me off when you did that. So yeah, I know like a few guys who run that, and I hope not to verse them in a tournament. Uh, I actually have 2 decks now. One is Chaotic Germs, and that's Chaos Sorcerer plus Gen X plus Worms. The Germs come from the Gen X or Worms. No, like, everyone who like sees my deck at first sees that the first card I play is Zex, and then I get Yang into the grave, and they're like, "Oh wow, you're running a worm deck." I'm like, "No, it is not a worm deck. I only run 2 types of worms, Zex and Yangin. So shut up." I used to run Worm Zero, but then he kind of sucked because I only ran 2 worms. And yeah, it's my own build, but for some reason someone found it and gaydified it. I don't know another way to word that. Gaydified. By the way, I'm not against gays, so I'm sorry if you're offended by me saying gays. It's just part of my language. It's how I speak. I guess it's from the community I grew up in. Um, yeah, there's that annoys me when they say I won't. The other deck I run is Ice Barriers. Problem with that deck is that it's slow to get the lockdown, but it's really fun actually. Like, I mean, yeah, Thunder King Ryo kind of screws me over. Same with Vandy's Fiend, but overall, I like the archetype. It's pretty fun. When you get the lockdown, you just see them squirming. You can actually get Trishula or Trishula, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, and then like you have a legitimate reason why, because it's an ice barrier deck. That's an ice barrier synchro, and Gunganir is pretty good, but Dwellin or whatever, the Doggy synchro, I don't know why he was limited to one. Wait, is he limited to one? I don't know. Like I don't know why people have a problem with him. He's not that good. Um, he gets a bunch of attack and whatever, but like I wouldn't say he gets more than 1,500 attack extra to what he already has when he uses his effect. Um, I mean, it's kind of funny when you use him in Safe Zone. I mean, it's really funny when you use him in Safe Zone because you bounce that card and you're like, oh, your monster dies, attack directly. But I never actually get him out. In fact, I don't even know how many stars he is because I never sync for him. By the way, in my Ice Barrier deck, Brionic or Brio, however you want to pronounce it, is the only monster, level 6 that it's the only monster in my extra deck that I can't sync for, which is pretty funny because I actually have one, but I only use them for chaotic germs. Anyway, so I'm still fixing my Ice Barrier deck because I don't have all the cards, and the chaotic germs I actually finished, and it's pretty good. It has an OTK to it, and when I go to Lone Star, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament place, and I get out the OTK, I just feel so good. And then they always try siding out for me. It's so funny. They're like, how do I side against this? Torrential, Solemn Judgment, whatever. I'm just laughing because that's a one in a lifetime. Oh, well, not a lifetime. What am I saying? One in every 10 duels, I get the OTK. So you shouldn't really be worried about that. What other archetypes sort of somewhat annoy me, or whatever? Machina Fortress, that's another card that annoys me. I mean, like, I have a friend who runs machines, and his deck depends on Machina Fortress to be on the field. So it's that Gear Frame and Peacekeeper. Well, Peacekeeper only gets a Gear Frame, but yeah, you get the point. They all lead to Machina Fortress. And if he gets on the field and I like bottomless it, he's screwed. If he gets 2 on the field, I don't know, use Wabaku. I don't run Wabaku, but if I did use Wabaku and the next turn I system down, he'd be screwed again. He just depends on like I can use Prohibition on that one card and he would like pray for a top deck MST. Yeah, don't depend on a card. That's just stupid. But still, Machina Fortress is annoying if you do get on the field. I really want them to like limit it to 2, but they probably won't, which annoys me. So it's gonna stay at 3. If they put it at 2, I would be happy. I'm okay with 2. 1, I'd say I don't know. You're kind of killing the archetype there, and totally ban it. I'm like, Machinas are dead. Yeah, and then that's that. Also with Ancient Gear, I hate the field spell. How you set another field spell and it destroys that. That's annoying. Um, an archetype I can't wait to come out. And I think it's in February. It's the dragon deck or whatever, the chaotic dragon. I don't even know. It's a bunch of dragons that are removed from play. I already know there's devastation dragon or something like that removes from play a bunch of cards. But this one adds to it, and it also has a field spell which I really want to put in my chaotic germs. It's called Chaos Zone, and look it up right now. It has a really good effect, and I mean like the only downside of that is you have to get a level 5 or higher from your removed from play and stuff like that. But other than I still think it's a pretty good card because they destroy it with like I don't know another field spell or something, and you can special summon one of your monsters, and you just work with it, destroy it yourself, and then you get something. Use its counters for something other than what it's supposed to be. You know, it's pretty good at getting counters. Put it with another archetype. I mean, Chaos is the only thing you can put it with DD and or cited against DD. That works too. That's actually a really good idea. Good high five myself. Yeah, because they remove from play a monster, you get another counter. By the end of it, you can just remove the counters to get their monster from their removed from play, and they can't use their effect because it's on your side of the field, and then you just attack with it. So it's good to side against. Black Rose, they didn't limit it, but then again, like you have to kind of summon a monster to sync for it. So it kind of puts you at the advantage, unless you can work from it, like Black Rose and Monster Reborn, or then blah. So I don't think Black Rose is gonna go down at all. Brio, I think is fine at 1. Any other generic? Stardust is fine because there's ways to get around Stardust. I mean, you get Chaos Sorcerer, you're good. Mind Control or whatever, and then you're good. Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. Creature Swap. That's a fun card. I hate it, but it's a fun card because I can never use it on my behalf or whatever anytime I want to use it. And then whenever my opponent uses it, I'm just like, QQ. Though there was one time at Lone Star when someone used Creature Swap to try to get a Chaos Sorcerer or Brio or something on their side of the field. Like he only had good cards, and he used Creature Swap. And then the guy who had like all the Brio and everything used Call the Haunted to get like Raikou from the grave and switched it. That was the funniest thing ever. I love the kid for that. I give him respect, but Creature Swap's pretty funny. Econ, enemy controller, is annoying because it says tribute a monster to control one of their monsters. It's like mind control, except you can tribute it and you can attack with it. So I don't know why my friend's not saying that's going to go limited. Plus, you can use this other effect to put a monster in defense mode. So it's kind of also like Scrap Iron Scarecrow, except it puts in defense and it can't get used again. And enemy controller is even stupider when you put them with frogs, because you put them in frogs. Stay my phrase, you put the frog in defense mode, Econ, distribute it, get their monster, and then you use frog's effect again to get 2 monsters on the field. That just annoys me. I still think Econ should go down. Book of Moon, fine at 1, I guess. I mean, it used to be at 3, and that everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Book of Moon, it's such a good card." And then I went to 1, and I was like, "Oh, it's okay now. You know, if you want it in your deck, it's fine." And I'm like, "Whoa, what happened to the hype?" Just like left. What other archetypes are there? Zombies. I don't know. Okay, at my place where I go to tournaments and stuff, one day, just I don't know why, but everyone had a zombie fetish or something, and there were like 3 guys with zombies, and I'm like, what the hell? So like, I was versing a zombie nation. Yeah, pun intended. And they swarm a lot. But if you can stop the swarming, like, oh, you got all your monsters out, Mirror Force, GG. I mean, like, they'll probably get Brio out and try to screw you over, but still. And they want to get everything in the grave, so yeah. Anti-meta decks. Just get out of here. No one wants you. For reals, like, you remove everything from play, and then you get Thunder King and the Fossil guy and Vandy's Fiend, just annoying. Macrocosmos, no, just annoying. No one wants you. I'd like to point out is that I've noticed that everyone's like, "Hey Cyrus, I really like your chaotic germ deck," and I'm like, "Thanks, I built it from scratch," and they're like, "Wow, you did? That's pretty good." So I doubt like anyone really watches my channel, but if you are and you play Yu-Gi-Oh, I challenge you to make a deck completely from scratch. Just like make up your own archetype. Well, not our own archetype, but like make up your own like theme for something. Like for Gen X, they don't have a main theme, which is why I love them. You can use them for just about anything. They're such good support cards. You can't make a deck with them, but they're good support. So just I don't know, use something like that. And make a deck. It's fun. Um, sure your deck might not be good, but net decking just gets annoying because one, it's not your build, so you have to learn how to play with it, and two, it's just like posing. I mean, of course they're gonna have like OP cards that you'll never get, like Max C or something like that, because that's what all people who win tournaments use. I think that sounds out grammatical errors. If Daniel Gomez is watching this, he'll probably like comment, "Oh, you have grammatical errors." I like whatever. Um, Fabled Dark Worlds. I like the Fable part, don't like the Dark World part. I mean, it's a fun art. It's funner than just Dark World in general, but still kind of annoying. Laval. Everyone agrees that you can't make a Laval deck without rekindling, which I completely agree with. But I don't know, try to make one without it. That might be. Nah, it's gonna suck though. But you know, if you really want to, I guess you can try it. Is that it? Is that all I have to say? It's been like 30 minutes. Oh, which was actually 30 minutes. Something I don't like is the extra deck has to be 15 cards, which I don't like because I always end up with 16 cards that I want, and I'm like, ah. Also, side deck. Side deck annoys me because I don't know what to put on for my side deck. If you can give me advice for that, that'd be amazing. Other than that, I only have like DD Crows, GD Crows, Gemini Imp, whatever. Foolish Return, just because I can't get something else. I don't know. It's 11:11, by the way. Make a wish. Okay, I just did. Sorry about that. Um. Oh yeah. I'm not really. I'm not. They didn't pay me or anything. I don't even think they know I exist. But if you really want to learn about Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, watch your Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I think that's what it's called. It's a YouTube channel, and it's like this one black guy who talks kind of funny. No offense, but he's actually I actually respect him. He talks about actual things like legitimate scenarios, and he asks a question of the day. He's like equals three Ray Johnson, but for Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it's pretty cool. Kami from Yu-Gi-Oh Partnership. I don't know if he's uploading videos anymore, but you can also check him out. He has some most of the time a good input on archetypes. He almost quit Yu-Gi-Oh, which QQ, I almost cried. I mean, I didn't try to like bring him back because I might have quit too, but I stayed in there because me and my friend are in a partnership, and I don't want to break that. And also, I have a third person who wants to be in the partnership, but he's sort of a noob. I don't know. We still help each other out and stuff, so it's all good. Anyway, it's almost 30 minutes. This is Bandicoot Van 3 here, saying hope you enjoyed my video, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Woo. By the way, I also play Pokemon, which is a lot of luck, but really fun. Anyway, try that. Bye, guys.